Hi there, this is Ronnie coming at you with a video. This might come across as a little controversial, but I'm going to nail my colours to the mast on this one. I don't have a problem with trader card games in terms of the actual game itself. I used to play Magic. I don't anymore. I got out of it. But I see my local friendly local gaming store. I see people playing Magic, and I see them playing Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and those are interesting. You know, you see them all playing, and they're thoroughly enjoying themselves. What I have a problem with, first of all, collectible card games as opposed to living card games where you have set decks and you don't get booster packs, you just get set releases that come out and everyone gets the same cards, I think is a better thing. But it still to an extent comes down to the person who's going to win a game, unless it's an actual sanctioned tournament where you have rigid rules about what cards can and can't be used. It still comes down to who has the most money to buy the most cards. But what really gets up my nose, and this is where I'm going to be controversial, I think, is the price of individual cards. Where I've seen cards go for, or people talking about the fact that they've got this really uncommon or rare card, and you can sell it for like a couple of £100 on eBay, and I'm sitting there going, for a fucking card, one little playing card size thing which has absolutely no use whatsoever other than in that game. Here's where I'm going to get controversial. I think it has to stop. I think people, first of all, need to stop being greedy in trying to sell cards for extortionate prices. And people have to stop being stupid enough to buy them at those prices. So it has to come from both ends. Sellers have to stop being greedy. Buyers have to stop being stupid. As far as I'm concerned, if you're paying more than a couple of quid, a fiver at most, at the very extreme, for a card, you're being done. You really are. You're being had, and you shouldn't look twice at them. And until people stop buying these cards at these extortionate prices, the sellers aren't going to get the message that it's too expensive. So I would say to people, if you're looking online, if a card you're looking at costs more than a couple of pounds, don't bother with it. Just don't bother with it. Just don't. Don't bother with it. Just leave it alone. It's only a fucking card. It really is insane. It's insane. This gets on my nerves actually, because it's a rip-off. It really is a rip-off. It's a little playing card size bit of card with a little bit of art and some words, and the only use is in that game. You can't buy a £200 Pokemon card and use it in Magic, or vice versa. It's pointless. So I say to people, first of all, people selling, stop being silly, stop being greedy. People buying them, stop being silly, stop being stupid. If it costs more than a couple of quid, it's too much. And I have the same problem with people selling out of print RPGs, by the way, for extortionate amounts as well. Which is why I don't buy them if they're overpriced. It's why I'm so happy that a lot of these old games now are going on to drivethrurpg.com. What I'd really love to see is someone get one of these rare cards that they find, scan it into their computer, and just print out a whole load of them and sell them on eBay for a couple of quid each, and just create, just so there's no longer scarcity as an excuse for extortionate pricing. So yeah, that's my view. It's probably going to be controversial. I do not care. What I do care about is gaming. And I think gaming is being shortchanged by this kind of greed / stupidity from seller / buyer. It has to stop. It should stop from both sides. But I've got a feeling that the first push is going to have to be by the buyers to stop buying them at these overly inflated prices. And I'm not talking about the price you pay in your friendly local gaming store for a card. I'm talking about the price people are getting these cards when they only paid a couple of pennies for them, realistically, and then selling them because they happen to be uncommon or happen to be rare, and then selling them for an extortionate, price hike. No. Little bit of card, little bit of artwork, couple of numbers for the game. Use them for the game. Stop this madness. That's how I feel.